Okay guys, so I'm back. I said in the previous video that I was going to make a more personal type video to let you guys know more about me. This is more of a rant, more of a getting things off my chest type situation. I think I've always had some kind of anxiety, but here in the last 2 years, it has recently, it's gotten worse, I felt like. I'm gonna give a little backstory. There's this band I liked for like 4 or 5 years, I really don't know, and I'm not gonna say the name because it's, honestly, I kind of want to leave people's names out of it, because it's not their fault, this is totally not their fault, but I feel like I need to kind of say something and explain myself. And there's not just this band, but there's a series of people. I'm not going to say your names, I don't think, because you're not at fault, but I just don't want to say your names out of I don't know if I'm going to get a strike or not. So I have a fear of losing people, disappointing people, and I think those are my two biggest problems. With that being said, is I'm going to start with the first thing, and that's not being afraid of people being mad at me. I have a very guilty conscience, and it's no one's fault. Believe me, it's no one's fault. But I feel like sometimes I'm annoying. I'm asking too many questions. Another side note on that, I'm a very curious person. I'm curious about religions. I'm curious about how people, how do people live? It's not even being stalker. It's just I have, when I get let's say a band, if I start to like a band, even if you're just a small YouTuber, or you're a YouTuber, or you're associated with my favorite band, and you start talking to me, you instantly become a part of my life. Whether you know it or not. And it's this, everybody plays, even if you don't know the person, you never met the person, everybody plays an important part in people's lives. So that's why this band and this YouTuber, I do consider friends, because I don't have friends myself. I'm not very, I was a loner in high school. I never really fit in with anybody. I was more of a loner and stuff like that. And that's when I discovered sites like Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, and stuff like that. I felt through social media, I felt so comfortable talking to people. That's where I feel like it's an outlet more. If I even go to work now, I don't talk to people at work. I don't talk to people out in public, unless I have to, if I'm dealing or doing business with a customer, then yeah, I am going to talk to that person because it's my job. But in all actuality, I'm quiet, more to myself person, but that comes with a lot of anxiety, fear, and stuff like that. And I think what most people don't understand about me is I was a pretty chill person. Okay, I'm going to give an example. Back in 2013, I started to like this band. I'm not going to say their name again, but I started liking this band, and up 2013 to probably mid 2014, I was pretty chill. I wasn't as obnoxious as I was, or I am now. This comes from a reason. No, I'm not gonna. I don't know all the facts, and I hate accusing people if I don't know the facts, but this is how I was feeling. I was dating somebody who was emotionally abusive, and I had no idea until I started living with this said person. And then I started feeling that feeling stronger. But you know, when you live with a person, you really love a person, you don't give up on that person. Well, my fears were kind of like, you know, they were okay. They weren't so bad. They were worse than they were back in 2013, but they weren't so bad. They weren't so bad. But that day when that person left me without warning, that's when I felt things getting worse. And I feel like, you know, now again, I'm not making this YouTube video to hate anybody, to bash anybody. I'm basically trying to somewhat explain my situation. And it's really hard to do that on Twitter because you don't like hear the person talking and you can't hear the tone of their voice, so you just like, you can jump to conclusions. Well, that day, or that night actually, was the worst night of my life. That created new, worse anxiety. And that's when I started asking this man, are we okay? Are we okay? Are we okay? And, you know, somewhat deep in my mind, I knew that everything was cool, like they weren't mad at me or anything, but in my mind, I was like, it was the opposite. And one thing I have learned so far from trying to think positive is that you can't always listen to your brain. You can't, like, you have to listen to your heart majority of the time to be positive. But you also have to be smart and realize when it's a poisonous situation. That's why I have been taking like breaks and everything like that, and are trying to take social media breaks to clear my mind, stuff like that. Now, I'm making this video in a response to a tweet I got of, why do you think, whatever, you know, I tweeted something like that, and I really couldn't put it into a tweet. I decided to make a video, maybe explaining more of myself, and hopefully that person sees it, and that band sees it, and maybe they will understand with, you know, hearing my voice and hearing the tone of my voice, that I'm really serious that this is going on. I hate to bring family issues into this, but, you know, because I don't like talking down to my family, but there has been times here recently where I was talked down cruelly, and, like, the vicious names I was getting called by my parents and my sister. I don't want to repeat them on here because, again, this is a family-friendly channel, and I'm trying to make this as clean as possible. And I feel like making this video would definitely help with, you know, maybe people will understand where I'm coming from, and maybe they can, you know, maybe understand somehow. I don't really know. But I got noticed, or someone told me that everybody has family problems, everybody has this and this and this. That is true, and I'm not going to deny that's true, but every situation is different. Every relationship that goes wrong is a different relationship. That's different problems. Every family has problems But how people deal with it, that's a different thing. That's different. And I mean, I know I'm probably rambling on because I'm tired, but I just wish someone will know, and these people will understand how bad my life can actually get, and how bad my life has actually gotten. Sometimes I just get so stressed out to the point where I do say some unfair stuff, and I do apologize, and I do mean I'm sorry from the bottom of my heart. But I know I say a lot of horrible things at the heat of the moment, but I promise promise everybody, even my YouTube followers, my Instagram followers, my Twitter followers, my favorite band, this one YouTuber, and again, I'm trying to be nice. I'm not going to mention any names. This is not bashing them whatsoever. These are just examples, and I'm trying to prove a point, and I know I'm kind of, again, rumbling on, but, I kind of felt like I had to eventually make this video, and I'm glad it was today. Tonight, I feel a little bit better after explaining, and I know I shouldn't have to explain myself because, bad things happen. To me, more than usual. And, it feels better now. And I feel like maybe, my subscribers, I know that you here for the happy videos, positive videos, and I'm trying to make this as positive as I possibly can. But I had to say this, and I had to get it off my chest. And maybe you know a little bit more about me. And maybe, in the comments, tell me if you ever had a problem, and if you're going through the same thing, And I'm not going to put this video out here, again, to show people that you're not alone. And that, let's talk if you need help. It's a cruel world out there. And it's so easy to get trapped into the negativity, especially in social media and stuff like that. And it's really hard to stay positive sometimes. But you know what? That's life. Once you admit that life isn't butterflies and rainbows and happy days, what I'm saying is, every day there are days where you just gotta have a bad day. Unfortunately, I know that there's a lot of people out there who have horrible days. And I'm just here to say, I feel ya, and I'm with you, and I will never judge anyone by their days, or what kind of day they're having. But I still stand on this. You have to get through the bad to get to the good. And it's all how you look at it. And I honestly started thinking about that, and so basically this is a response video or a response tweet. I'm literally just rambling on and expressing how I feel and stuff like that. And I'm going to put a disclaimer that this is not hating on anybody. This is basically, I use that band and I use that YouTuber as prime examples. And I just want to say that even though I'm so negative all the time, that these two people literally stayed positive, and they handled it in such a good way. And that I want to be, I can preach and say I want to be like them. I wish I could be as positive as they are. This is why I call that band my role models, because literally they're so positive, and all they have is positive responses to the negative stuff I said. or say and stuff like that. Like, I want to be more like them. I wish I was more like them. I mean, like, I try. And that's all I can say is I try. I do everything. If I feel like I'm having a bad day, I stay off social media. Or I feel like I have a bad day, I'll make a video and just go on and on and on. Usually, but this is positive. And I would admit, there are days where I'll get on this video recorder app and I will literally just go on and on and on and on and complain and complain and complain and complain and complain about my life. But I never post it. It just makes me feel better and I feel like it's an outlet. God, this is like a really long video. I just hope that, like, you know, I also want to explain something that I think that, like, not many people know, is that if I feel like the other day, I made a joke, like, I was on my Instagram story, and I saw one of my favorite musicians was recording while he was driving, and I made a joke about it, like, I didn't literally mean anything by it, and right now, like, I'm scared, and it's not him, it's not her, it's not the YouTuber, it's not anybody. But it's my stupid feelings that get in the way of everything. I mean, crap, I could have been, like, still in good stand. I don't know. But I feel like so bad. Like, I wake up every morning and I'm like, what did I do to deserve to find this amazing three amazing people in that, like, even though I've met one of them, but even though, like, I don't see them every day, or I don't see them at all, basically, just through, like, you know, being a fan and everything, through, like, Twitter and Instagram and stuff like that, how can two people, or three people, I don't even know, have such a positive influence? What did I deserve for these three people to be in my life? After everything I've been through? Like, I don't know, you know? Like, I think more, I know I'm, like, rambling on in this video, it's so lame, it's almost like 17, 18 minutes long. I think I'm gonna end with this. Now, don't count me on it, but I think I'm going to end with this. Here's the basic concept of my video. Is I'm scared of losing. I'm scared, and I hate feeling like nobody cares about me when I do. Because you want to... sorry, I said that wrong. I hate feeling like nobody cares about me when they probably do, you know? That's just something that has been an issue for 2 years now. And, you know, I'm even tired of it. I'm tired of feeling petty on myself over little things that are not true. I'm just like, you know... And then I let my mind overthink. I let my mind think this stuff. I overdo it. And then it turns into a whole drama situation, whole drama scene that doesn't even need to be existed. Shouldn't even exist. But, like, I can't even explain exactly what goes on or what the thought process is before I go on these rants on Twitter. I absolutely hate the feeling after. Yeah, it feels good that I said it, but it also feels horrible that I said it. It's like a catch-22 or a 50-50 thing, you know? Like, I'm so afraid of disappointing people, and that's another probably concept of this video. Like, my edits, like, yeah, you know, it's valid. I think I need the validation, basically. I need everything, and I basically will do anything to get that feeling of validation and stuff like that. You know, validations of, no, don't get me wrong, I'm not calling this band strangers. I mean, like, I don't consider them strangers. I don't consider the YouTubers strangers, but, you know, they're online people. Like, I get more validation from these three or four people than I do in real life. Three or four people online than I do in my real life. And I'm not even trying to make this crap up. And that's why, like, and if you look it up, if you look up any anxiety thing or whatever, I know I've seen some, because I researched this, and constantly asking, are you okay? Are we okay? Are we okay? Are we cool? Are we cool? That's a part of anxiety. And, you know, I can't, and, like, there's a little bit of jealousy too, I'm thinking about it, there's a little bit of jealousy. You know, my favorite band and my favorite YouTuber and stuff like that, they're living the life I want to live. Like, I want to be that person on stage. I want to be that person making videos. I want to, like, whatever. But as I make, you know, I'm doing my best to do everything. I can't even talk right now. I'm sorry. I'm really tired. In all honesty, I mean, I just want to come out and say this, and this is the truth. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to lie about it, because there's no point, no need of lying. But I'm not going to say there's not any truth to this, because there's this, like, a little bit. If it wasn't for this band, I would have never ever found out about this amazing YouTube show and this amazing YouTuber. Like, and I'm sorry if that sounds anything. I'm not using anybody. I just think that, like, you know, and then, like, I thought that, like, this was a bad thing to say until I actually learned something about networking and connections when I was in school. It's like, it's kind of like that. I found out about this one YouTube show from my favorite band, and that one YouTube show became my favorite YouTube show. So in a way, that band kind of, in a way, introduced me to this YouTuber's content. And I'll actually put the links in the description. You should really check their stuff out. It's really, I think, I mean, like, personally, I always thought it was kind of funny. I don't know if it's meant to be funny, but I kind of thought it was kind of funny. So there's that. I don't know, like, okay, like, I don't want to hate or anything like this, but I've always found that YouTube show to be kind of funny, you know? I don't know if it was meant to be a comedy or whatever, but I mean, like, I'm gonna say, I even got a chance to Skype with this YouTuber. She is so cool. She's like the coolest YouTuber, like, I know. Like, she was so nice when we Skyped and everything like that. And it's okay, so I'm gonna end this video right now. It's getting kind of long. It's almost like 25 minutes, so I'm going to end this video. Sorry it's about rambling on. And I hope when I tweet this to this YouTuber that, you know, it gets taken in the concept that I hope it's getting taken. Or I can't even talk. It's like almost 10:30 at night. I've literally had a long day at work. Unexpected long day at work, to be honest. But I hope that I at least touched on some things to maybe hopefully better understand where I'm coming from. Well, I think this is it. So comment, like, subscribe, tell me about what you have fears of and stuff like that, and just know that we are family. We are family. We are here for each other, and that's all I got for tonight. Thank you so much, for if you watched through this whole video. Thank you so much. It means a lot. I hope that you got to know me a little bit more, and that's all I got for tonight.